Troubadour, everybody. I'm your host, DJ Jackson. We got Black Sheep in the house on the Jack's Local Radio Show. About to sing some folk, Americana type of music. So check us out. Here we go.
Meet me down at the Jack's Local Radio Show. Hottest music in town, you already know. Said meet me down at the Jack's Local Radio Show. Hottest music in town, you already know.
All right, welcome back. We got Black Sheep in the house. Black Sheep, can you tell us a little about yourself? Born and raised, growing up, where you from? And
yeah, man, I'm from Milan, Georgia, a little small town, and raised up there. Both my parents were school teachers, so I didn't really care much about school. Lived on a farm, so I did a lot of just walking around the woods and things as a kid, you know what I mean? Messing around and getting dirty.
The whole name of the Black Sheep Troubadour. So can you tell us a little about what troubadour means?
Yeah, troubadour is basically a minstrel, musician and storyteller from the era where like knights and kings and queens, King Arthur, that kind of era. And what they would do, they'd travel from town to town and play their music for the kings or the nobles of that area and hope to get a little money and make it to the next town. It's kind of what I do now, so I figured it was appropriate.
So when was like the first, age that you started maybe singing? I don't know what was first, like singing or guitar. When did you start doing that?
Well, it kind of really started by going and seeing music, man. I didn't pick up the guitar or singing until I was 21. But at 13, I had an older cousin that took me to a music festival, and I kind of got hooked from there, and I went to as many as I could while in high school. And when I got out of high school, I worked for a promotion company, so I got to go to all the shows for free and hand out flyers. And while doing that, I bought a guitar. And kind of got started right there, about 21 years old.
21? And you started what? You started doing covers, or you started writing your own lyrics and just...
Well, yeah, at first I was really just trying to learn how to play it because, at the festivals, a lot of campfire jams happen, and so I was trying to get good enough to play that, and I started out doing like some mainstream country covers once I started getting a little bit of a grasp on it.
What kind of music inspirations, like, you have like certain artists that just inspired you, like, that's the genre I want to go with?
Yeah, man, when I got divorced, I found this guy, Townes Van Zandt. I'd never heard of him beforehand, and it just spoke volumes to me. And so I started diving into this older folk, Americana, blues, traditional music. And I'd have to say Townes Van Zandt, Blaze Foley, and Mississippi John Hurt are my three biggest inspirations from the past. And if I had to talk about artists that inspire me that are still touring right now, I'd have to say Todd Snyder and Mike Cooley, who's from the Drive-By Truckers, my two favorites.
So when did you just start writing your own music and start actually singing it, like in shows?
Well, I went, I'd graduated college and I had a real job when I bought my guitar at 21. And then, I don't know, something happened to me. I just got a wild hair, and at 23, I quit my job and packed up me and my dog and my guitar and drove 3,600 miles out west to Northern California. And I lived in a tent for about 10 months and just played guitar and hiked around and kind of did the mountain man thing. And
wow, nice.
When I got back from that and got kind of adjusted back to seeing people and whatnot, being back in society. So about 2 months after I got back to Georgia, I had the song just come to my head, and I wrote it down and played it, and I realized that by having that adventure and then coming back, that like I could put it down in words, and I thought that was cool. Kind of just sparked it from there.
When you first started singing, did you have like a lot of jitters? Like you used to like perform like in a bar or something. Do you have a lot of jitters, and then something snapped into you where you just like, you know what, I got this, I'm gonna go for it?
Yeah, man. It definitely, when I first started, used to get real nervous and used to drink and stuff, like when I was on stage. I don't really do that no more, but I kind of got a change of heart where I'm really doing this for me. It's helping me out as I sing these songs to the people out in the crowd. It's kind of making my life better, and it works, and if the crowd likes it, that's great. If not, it's great too, you know what I mean? Like, it's, everybody's got a freedom of speech, but yeah, I just kind of take the mentality that I'm up there doing it for me, man. So I don't really get nervous about it anymore now.
So your first song you got for us is called Boxcar Blues.
That's right.
And what's that about?
Well, it's really kind of just a conglomeration of stuff I've done since I started back playing and quit my job and lost everything. So like the last 2.5 years is what all I've been through and whatnot, and it kind of speaks on that, kind of speaks on my relationship that went down south, and speaks on me going out to Joshua Tree National Forest, which is where Jim Morrison from The Doors and Graham Parsons, right up from Waycross, he died there and lived there. He loved it. But a lot of artists, the Eagles actually went there, and that's where they got the name of their band.
Oh.
Yeah, out there camping. And so I went out there and camped and kind of opened my mind out there, and then come back, and there's a clip in there about a little bar I play at down in northern Gulf Coast of Florida.
Talking about clip in here?
Yeah, on the song. It's one of the verses on the song. It's about some people that I met at that bar, man. The real true blue Americans, you know what I mean? That's what I try to find, man, is those kind of places, man. I want to play for the real people, you know.
Right. All right, Jack's Local Radio Show. We got Black Sheep with Boxcar Blues. Let's check it out.
Get started. Boxcar Blues. I was stumbling through Chicago, trying to hop a train. Found myself in Memphis. I was standing in the rain. I got those restless old boxcar blues again. Well, I met this gal in Georgia. She said I was her everything. Hell, well, it wasn't long before she said I needed to change. I got those restless old boxcar blues again. Out to the deserts of California, where the view got kinda strange. Yeah, there's where I pondered my direction through life's maze. I met this tree named Pat, told me all about that silver lining the game. Oh yeah, yeah. I was picking in this dive off Florida's Gulf Coast when Sandy hollered tequila through Pall Mall smoke in her high-tech bar stool, beauty salon chair. The wife just walked in, asked could I buy him a beer. Think it's time to go, boxcar blues again. I guess I'm not a man for fortune nor fame, but eggs and type of ramen, bologna's okay. No, I can't explain the way I feel. Hell, it must be the clacks of the tracks and the wheels. Restless soul, boxcar blues again. Got the restless soul, boxcar blues again.
All right, we're back. That was Boxcar Blues with Black Sheep on the Jack's Local Radio Show. So, are you currently like recording in like a recording studio or anything right now?
Yeah, man. I've been up in Nashville, Tennessee, in White Creek, at a buddy of mine's studio, and it's been having a lot of fun with it, man. Been learning a lot. And, pretty excited about putting some music out for the first time.
It's like an EP release?
Yeah.
So how many songs you're putting out?
We'll try to do 5. It might be 4. We'll see, you know. But if I can get that extra one in there for the fans, I surely will.
Is it like a full production, like drums and other instruments in it, or?
Well, I've got 2 cats coming that are in there with me, and they are pretty well versed on several instruments. So it's mainly going to be me, my guitar and harmonica, and my kick drum. But they're going to accent it in different ways. I'm a one-man show for the most part, so I wanted to keep it as close to what you're going to get when you come and see me live. You know, so it won't be too mass-produced, but it is going to have some drums and some electric guitar in there and stuff.
What about some highlights in your career so far?
Well, let's see. I played Toast to Peace, which is a charity event over in Americus, Georgia, and got to meet Abe Partridge, and I was there with my buddy Evan Barber and Brandon Fox from Bodine and the Poachers, and Evan Barber and the Dead Gamblers, really good artist, and Abe's he's out of Alabama and he's doing some pretty big stuff now, and so it was an honor to meet him and get to do that charity event. And then stemming from that, I got to be on Commit to the Song, which is with a guy named Bubba Hall. He's got a movie out on Amazon you can check out, Commit to the Song. And basically I got to go up to Montgomery, Alabama and play 4 or 5 original songs and tell the story behind those songs. And so that was pretty fun. I got to got to go to Hank's grave and things like that, man, which was a bucket list thing for mine. And I played Foster Fest over in Dothan, Alabama. That was fun. It was a pretty big thing, and got to do the late night show for that. And pretty much, you know.
What about, I heard you met Mike Cooley.
Yeah, I did, man. I went and saw a show of his at
and Mike Cooley is who?
He's one of the lead guys of the Drive-By Truckers. He's one of the 2 original members of the Drive-By Truckers, and he's one of my second favorite songwriter out right now. So it was a pretty big deal, you know. Like, I actually wrote down several rough drafts of what I would say to him when I ever met him. And nothing happened like that. Well, you know, then I did not bring it with me to the Mike Cooley show because I was like, I'm not going to meet him. And there I was in line buying all the t-shirts and posters that he had out available to buy. And the girl hands me a Sharpie marker. I was like, I don't need a Sharpie marker. She's like, no, he'll sign it for you if you want him to. and I looked to my left, and there was Mike Cooley, and all I could say was, "Man, I love you." He just looked at me and said, and signed my poster and walked away. So it's my big shining moment.
What about so other shows? Like, it seems like you're traveling all over the place. So what kind of like shows you do in towns and stuff like that?
Man, I'll play anywhere, restaurants, bars, and I've been playing a lot in Albany, Georgia, Valdosta, Georgia, Dothan, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, up in Jacksonville some, and St. Augustine. Been doing a lot of house parties over this way, and hoping to get out onto the bar scene down here.
What inspiration like fuels your writing?
Well, I mean, for me, it has to kind of be I got to go out and live it. And I had a guy tell me one time, I asked him, I was like, he was a pretty good songwriter, and he's wrote a couple hits for George Strait and people like that. And I was like, man, what do you got to do to be a good songwriter? And he told me, truthfully, kid, he said, I don't know. But I had a guy in Nashville tell me one time that you got to take your life and mess it up so bad that you get to a point where you can leave, be packed and gone from one place in 15 minutes. And I've been working on that pretty hard since then. And I have to say, the traveling and the hitching around and being alone and meeting new people, all that kind of just the experience of life, I guess, would be what I draw all my songs from.
So the next question I was asked is like, is most of your songs about love songs, heartbreak songs, or like travel and sightseeing and stuff like that?
It's really a pretty even mix of love, heartbreak, travel, and adventure.
Nature.
Yeah, because when traveling and having adventures, you tend to fall in love from time to time and fall out just as easy.
The next song you got is called Bootlegger?
Yes.
And what's that about?
It's about me and a buddy of mine were riding a dirt road about 7 a.m. one morning, had our 8 hours of sleep, and it was just a beautiful dirt road, man, and I was riding down it, and we got to talking about, not actually working for the man and doing our own thing, and it just inspired that song out of that,
All right.
Cutting your teeth in the South and avoiding the government.
Sound like an American dream to me.
Yeah.
That's all right. Jack's Local Radio Show. We got Blacksheep with the song called Bootlegger. Check it out. Here we go.
This next song here's called Bootlegger. It's a patchwork thing that I grant you, but there ain't no wrong in the way I'm living. No respectability, hell or a pension, just the freedom of mind and a rambling spirit. And HR won't answer their phone, just a little joke I tell all of y'all, 'cause I'm a bootlegger at heart, peddling my songs after dark on the wrong side of the tracks and down an old road where you never come back, where you never come back. Ooh. for your problems, $1 for your thoughts. And you can get your palm read to fortune teller says that costs. But what's living without the fear of loss? For what is gain comes with pain, sacrifices, and costs. For a old bootlegger at heart, peddling my songs after dark on the wrong side of the tracks and down no road where you never come back, where you never come back. Ooh, yeah, you never come back. And ace high when I'm due slow, feeling things like I never felt them before. I never felt before. Ooh, I never felt before.
Alright, we're back with Black Sheep, and that was Bootlegger. So you told us about Troubadour and how you got that name. So what about the name Black Sheep? How'd you get that one?
Well, I was writing a song one night and just thinking about all the kind and great qualities that my ex-wife used to tell me I had. And so I was writing the song, and it wound up, the chorus was Stone Black Sheep. And after I finished writing the song, I was like, Black Sheep, and Blacksheep Troubadour. And so that's what I deemed myself, and it just kind of took from there.
So what's some of your future, since we're in the future segment, what's your future goals in this music?
Man, I try to keep it a real pure thing. And so I had to say, like, my main goal, what I would consider like making it, would be if I wrote something and I knew that it changed or inspired or pulled somebody out of a dark hole, any kind of positive impact on another's life would be my number one top priority and goal as an artist.
You almost make it sound like you don't care if you make it on the radio.
Well, I mean, I love to play anywhere and for anybody, but I do want to keep it pure to the song, man. I feel like if I thought about fame and fortune, it would take from the songs themselves.
We talked about on the last segment of highlights you've experienced so far. Is there something like a bucket list that you would like to achieve?
Yeah, I would definitely. I would love to play a show with Todd Snyder. He's like my all-time hero.
Todd Snyder's with who?
Yeah, it's just Todd Snyder. Y'all check him out. He's my favorite artist out right now by far.
He's the same kind of genre you're
storytelling folk singer, but I mean, sometimes he rambles like 18 minutes in between songs.
So what's going on with this thing called Happeneers?
Oh yeah, man, I was asked to join the admin group of a group called the Happeneers on Facebook. Y'all can go out there and check it out, and asked to join. We'll add y'all on. Basically, we're just a live stream festival network and try to bring in artists from Canada all the way down all through the United States, and we bring them on and do hour sets with each one from 6 to midnight most days of the week. And during the day we just promote anything from those artists or any artist out there of any kind, painting, poetry, whatever. We just trying to promote live music, man.
And it's just like Jack's local radio show, and you've been sharing some of that stuff in there too, and
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate it. I mean, that's all I'm about, is just sharing the art of local artists of all genres, all art forms.
Yeah, man.
So you have this song called Midnight Cigarette? Midnight Cigarette?
Midnight Cigarette, yeah.
All right. When'd you write that?
I wrote that right when I got started back, actually, man. I'd went through a pretty decent divorce, and so really, like, meeting up with any girls was not really the object. And young girl, really pretty girl, started coming to my shows and asked me to write her a song, and that's what wound up being the song.
All right, let's check it out on the Jack's Local Radio Show. Blacksheep with the Midnight Cigarette. Let's get it.
Y'all, this next song here is called Midnight Cigarette, and I just recently got divorced and started going out and playing in bars again and doing the folk music thing, and this girl started coming to my shows, and one night she asked me, she said, "Taylor, will you write me a song?" And I don't normally write songs for people, not because I'm too cool, but because I ain't that good at it. They normally just come to me. And but she persisted on, and finally one night she said, "Taylor, I want you to write a song about us." And then I had an idea for a song. Me being a folk singer and her being in college, going to school to be a nurse, things like that, I knew there was never going to be an us. But anyway, I got the song out of the deal, and she's happily married to a guy now who has a $60,000 ATV, which is more than my house and my vehicle combined, because they're the same thing. But we're still friends, and here's the song, Midnight Cigarette. Hope y'all dig it. Woke up this morning a little past noon, running with the wolves last night and howling at the moon. I've been hungover and busted, worn down from use, walking on the wild side. Let's go. Words bleed through, and she's not into his money. She's heard it all before. Broken promises and pickup lines feel like it tailored suit from the store. He'll tell you he loves you only on day number 4. Bitching at you when you don't get mad at him for Snapchatting some more, like a slow burning midnight cigarette. Take that toll when it's burning. Wish that it never ends. Story told when it's burning. You get down to the filter and flick it to the wind. Falling in love on a midnight cigarette. Well, honey, you say that love is blind, and baby, lies hide the truth. Yeah, old Cupid's got his ears like the hangman's got his noose. Say that you always been different, like waking from a dream. Yeah, just the wrong time and place is not in the cards for us, it seems. And shooting stars and wishing down wells, well, it's fancy to see you down here, down on that boulevard where burnout lovers, they go to feel like a slow burning midnight cigarette. Just take that toll in a moment. I wish that it never ran. A story told when it's burning. You get down to the filter and flick it to the wind. Falling in love on a midnight cigarette. So like my breath, girl, you take it at the mile and flash fools. Nice, just slow riding dirty this conversation with nothing to prove. 3:32 on your dashboard. We put the moon to bed, and your eyes seeking answers to the question unspoken but read. With just a few awkward words, I said I'd like to kiss you, baby, let's dance. And we were just slow burning a midnight cigarette. I pulled you close, your touch like nicotine rushing down in my head. And I kissed you slow like you wanted, 'cause in the morning sun you'll be gone in the wind. Been falling in love on a nice last cigarette. And I hope like hell I cross your path again. Till that day you'll be my midnight cigarette.
All right, we're back with Black Sheep. That was the Midnight Cigarette. Gave me some like goosebumps on that one right there.
Appreciate it.
I see that you signed my guitar for me with all the artists that come to the Jack's Local Radio Show.
Black Sheep right there. Don't take it out.
So you have any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, man. I want to give a shout out to my fam, older cousin Lee Taylor. Man, he's one that got me going to festivals a long time ago and kind of sparked this whole thing. And give a shout out to my mom. She ain't never not supported my art. You know, a lot of people are going to be naysayers and not want you to do it because it ain't exactly the safer choice. But though she, you know, is a school teacher and successful, she's been very supportive of my music, so I definitely say her as well.
I really don't see how anybody can say anything negative about your music. I mean, the songwriting's there, the vocals is there, the guitar playing is there, the originality's there. It's just like a total package. I get like Chris Stapleton vibes, but with a little bit more folk to it. So yeah, I was blown away by it. And then, you know what the funny thing is, I even heard you sing before you even came on the show.
Yeah.
I was like, where's this music at? I just know that you're popular and you had you've been doing shows and all that stuff, and I was like, seems like a cool cat. Let me get him on the show.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, dude.
And so I just want to appreciate you coming on the show and doing your thing. And if you ever want to come back and record music and, you know, put tracks together of multi-tracks, I'll be down about it. And
man, dude, I'll definitely be
spend more time like shooting videos and stuff like that.
I dig it.
If you guys want to book this guy, the description is going to be below. Yep, down there. Booking. He's got how many original songs you usually sing?
I got about 50 originals that I sing still, and then like 86 cover songs on top of that. So I can play for y'all a long time.
He's a pretty busy cat. He had like two venues yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Down in like what, St. Augustine?
Yeah, I was down in St. Augustine. I did a 2-night private party down there. It's pretty wild. So I do private parties, restaurants, bars, really anywhere they can fit me in there, I'll play for y'all.
All right. You got one more song you want to sing before you take us out?
Yeah, man, I'll sing y'all. Last song I'm gonna sing for y'all is called "Cut Right to the Chase." It's a little bit more personal song, and I don't always like to sing it. It makes me embarrassed, but it's real, so I hope y'all dig it, man.
All right, Jack's Local Radio Show, Black Sheep, DJ Jackson. This is Cut Right to the Chase, and we're out. Peace.
This next song here is called Cut Right to the Chase. I don't normally like to sing it because it makes me feel vulnerable. But as a songwriter, you got to kind of put yourself out there like that. It's about a girl that fell for me. She's way over across the United States now. We'll probably never see each other again. But we had one good night together. And I was coming back from Dothan, Alabama, a show I'd played about 4 a.m. at the Chill Lounge, and got to thinking about this and figured, you know, probably never be, but don't hurt to dream, you know. Highway mile and time zone, long distance call I won't make tonight. I know it's late where you are. Thicker heat lightning and the flame of a shooting star. Taste your kiss on the wind. I'm dreaming from afar, and the static play lost in your gaze. Dancing in the rain, caught in the moment of each other's heat. And maybe fairy tales ain't just fantasies. Then again, I've always been one for chasing dreams. But tonight in somewhere Georgia driving, thinking California ain't so far away. And if I get a chance again one day, I'm gonna cut right to the chase. And no, I ain't got much to offer. A few chords and a broken heart, singing songs that don't rhyme, living beat up car. And you got the looks to kill and the smarts to take you far. Whole world at your feet, girl, another wish upon my star. And the static play lost in your gaze. We were dancing in the rain, caught in the moment of each other's heat. And maybe fairy tales ain't just fantasies. But then again, I've always been one for chasing dreams. So tonight in somewhere Georgia driving, thinking California ain't so far away. If I get a chance again one day, I'm gonna cut right to the chase. Right to the chase, Lord. A world apart on a page that's marked on a tale of two hearts connecting. Yin and yang is our love. I'm chaos and your perfection. Shakespeare's words, to be or not to be is my question. Didn't mean to take this far, though my eyes in your direction. A static play lost in your gaze. dancing in the rain, caught in a moment of each other's heat. And maybe fairy tales ain't just fantasies. Then again, I've always been one for chasing dreams. But tonight in somewhere Georgia driving, thinking California can't be so far away. If I get a chance again one day, I'm gonna cut right to the chase. Right to the chase, girl.
If you'd like to help support the show promoting local talent, please cash app us at Money Signs Jack's Local Radio Show.
I said, how do you get your smoke machine to smell good? The ones on stage, I've played them before.
This is probably like old and mildewy.
She's got hair that flows right down the backs of her knees. Papa was a preacher man, and the Lord's heart. I looked the wolves last night, and I messed that one up. I started over.
Actually, you're supposed to do Bootlegger.
Oh, see, did I tell a little story in front of this?
Yeah. You want whatever? This is your shit.
Cool.
This
Yeah,
is your show.
do this.
You got a great voice on you.
Oh yeah, man.
I had goosebumps on that last one. All right, we're back. That was Blacksheep Blue with Blacksheep. I said that wrong too. All right, we're back with Blacksheep, and that song was called The Bootlegger. The name Blacksheep. Let me do this over.
All right.
Check.
Chickity check. Just do that.
Yeah. You do it.
It's out.
All right, everybody. Should we get waters?
If you got one. Met Tyler Children, and that's he literally had like a squirt container of honey on stage and was like taking shots of honey in between songs. Check. Everybody in the house, let's party.
All right, everybody.